There is no way you can resuscitate the defunct general court martial within the existing constitutional order. It is absolutely impossible.
It will be another night in prison for those with pending cases in the military courts. Lawyers for former four-time presidential candidate Colonel Dr. Besigye had hoped that he would walk out of jail at least by Monday, that he would be accompanied by those who are similarly facing cases before the military court.
Here we assembled this morning in light of all that, just for one thing, to receive Dr. Besigye and obey the Rutari. It's the reason we took a decision and said we cannot go back to March India. There is no business there.
Dr. Besigye's lawyers were prompted to storm the Parliament Avenue-based offices of the Commissioner General of Prisons, Johnson Byabashaija, to demand the release. The action followed no sign that the prisoners would be let out anytime soon.
Yes.
But the status quo, where several are in detention courtesy of the military courts, remains intact even after the close to 2-hour meeting with the prison's boss.
The prisons require the advice of the Attorney General. So there are certain actions to be taken to expedite that, and that's what we are going to do. But we realize that, yes, we need to engage the Attorney General's office. We already were in the process of doing that, but we needed to point out to the prisons that they have no valid warrant to continue remanding our clients.
Although the lawyers dashed to the Attorney General's chambers just a stroll away from the prison's headquarters, they came out empty-handed. The officers the legal team interfaced with stated that the Attorney General was yet to act on the Supreme Court decision, whose full text they argue the chambers received for analysis on Sunday. Earlier, other legal minds headed to the General Court Martial headquarters in Makindye to see if anything would give. But they too were sent away.
There is no court. And they are not bringing with the detainees. There is no court. But the detainees can still be brought here.
I'm saying there is no court today.
What brings me here today is to see if the Supreme Court ruling is going to be respected. Because what happened is, as soon as the Supreme Court gave their ruling, their verdict, the president came out with something different, an opinion, and so did his son, and it looks like there was a bit of a controversy.
Those looking for further excuses blamed the weekly Monday cabinet meeting for occasioning further delays in processing the court decision, from which the Attorney General is expected to communicate to all the parties their responsibilities regarding the incarcerated. The Supreme Court on Friday upheld the Constitutional Court decision annulling the trial of civilians by military courts. The court ordered the transfer of the files of those with pending cases before the military courts to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. President Museveni also slammed the Supreme Court decision, arguing that the country is not governed by the judges but by the people. He instructed the Attorney General to propose amendments to the Constitution to, among others, remove any irrational provisions.
The President is supposed to be the chief custodian of the Constitution. For him to condemn what the Supreme Court has decided is absurd. And I think the President should apologize to us.
Jackson Onyango, NTV.